Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Black Forest Duel between you, playing as 8th US, and he's going up against Lord Zaywan, playing as 35Y. So we'll go through your deck review, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments of the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so first up we've got Lord Zaywan, and he's playing 35Y. This is still a pretty decent division. It's just because people don't see it in ranked, they just assume, oh, it's bad. I've not seen it in a bit, so it must be bad. The Desant Niki got buffed in the latest patch, as did the Big 25s. And the div didn't really need a buff, in my opinion, but there it is. So the Big 25s go faster now, which makes this thing apparently really quite hard to kill, because it's like an SU-24, right? It's got 30% ECM, which I don't know if it had before, but it goes faster than the SU-24. It's a high altitude bomber, so it's actually, I've been told it's very good. I haven't personally used it, so you could consider bringing that instead of one of the LGBTs. The other one you could bring is one of these. So, I mean, so the LGBT, it is nice because you can get two off, right? It's just it's one per card, and there's no getting around that. It's one per card, and it costs a lot of money. Whereas these, because they made high altitude bombers better, the price of this didn't go up. So this is actually really good. These are actually really good for the price. So as much as I enjoy doing this strat with the LGBTs and the seed, it's very very risky, and it doesn't always pay. Like you get two of these, and it's less money, right? So I would bring that and this, or a second AT plane. Like this thing's pretty ridiculous for the price, frankly. But it depends, if you want to kill people, use this one, right, and so on. So yeah, as much as we love the LGBTs, as diverse as we are, they're just not really worth it in this case, in my opinion. Three cards of supply you don't really need on a VDV div, so I wouldn't bother with that. You can keep this one if you want. CVs, 2, 4. That's not enough. That is not enough. Nah, you need more CVs. So this is a 3-point slot. That's a 1-point slot. But presumably you want all the infantry, especially with the veterancy. Right, okay, so we'll just get 3 more CVs. Ta-da. And now you've got 7, and that's all good. And you might be like, well, I need a forward deployed CV. You don't really, frankly. In like a tournament game on Hesse or something, I'll be bringing forward deployed CVs, but generally I don't bother with them. I just don't bother with them anymore. In most cases, I mean, you can swap this out for the forward deployed one if you want, right? You can pay 30 more points to get rid of your AT, and in exchange you also come in, so you're paying 120 points for a CV at the start to get a small point tick, when you could instead pay 90 for 2 CVs at the start, and then just take the zone in the middle and then get your point tick starting slightly later. So yeah, I think it's all good with the way it's organized now. I suppose this one's 85, right? But so Spetsnaz, yeah, very good against infantry. The Afghanski, is there any point in these really? Is there any point in these? So I'm just conscious of the fact that you don't have like a bunch of rocket helos, because you could get those, right? You want a card of those somewhere. I've noticed that these are in regular helos, so you could upgrade this to the Descent one, and it goes super fast. So you could, well, I mean, which you don't really need because you've got airborne forward deployment anyway. But these don't come in the grenade launcher vehicles. It's weird, isn't it? They're called motorized Razvedka and they don't have a single motorized option. It's all helos. So that's strange, isn't it? I don't know about them in general, really. I mean, you've got these guys for fighting recon. Wouldn't you rather have? Well, okay. I mean, it can work. It can work. It can work. It's just something needs to be in a helo with some guns on it, so you can bring this one, right? It's just for the later game, you can get 8 or 7 in this case MI8 MTVs with 20% ECM and a bunch of rockets on them. It's a lot of fun. And then, yeah, the Metis is necessary. 3 cards of Desat Niki, they're at 2 vet because they used to go. Well, they used to go like 9-6 or something, but obviously, last patch they went like 6-4, and now they go 8-5, which means that to 2 vet them now, you lose 1 availability compared to 1 vetting them in the last patch, so it can be good. Yeah, opening with one of these down every road can be a lot of fun. You can 2 vet them if you want, if you find that you're only buying a couple at the start, that's fine. 30 mil in the BTRD makes a lot of sense because this is really quite cost effective for what it is. Conkers in the robot. Oh yeah, that's something else that's missing. There's no there's only 1 card of infantry ATGMs. So it can be worth bringing one of these, right? Just to pad it out, just to get way more ATGMs. But you'd have to sacrifice. So this is 5, 10, 15, or you could have 16 at 1 vet, and then bring another card of ATGMs. And then because the point is, you get there first, and then you want to hold it. And how do you hold it? I mean, having the 2 vet infantry is nice, but having 16 more ATGMs, because it comes in an ATGM transport, is probably more useful. And the CV we spoke about. 2 Nonas at 2 vet, it can work. It's just if you want a mortar for smoke, you know where to find it. It would be this. You can use these for smoke. They're not the best thing ever at it, frankly. But so I've noticed basically since I started making these videos, obviously it's been a while, like basically everybody brings mortars for smoke now. It's very, very rare to not see them. But what is very, very common is you see them bringing the mortar for smoke and then just never smoking. And I've cast so many games where both parties have brought a smoke mortar and then they never use it. So if you're not, it pays to be realistic. If you're just not going to use it, then don't bring it. Conkers. This thing, I don't think it's very good for 55 points, frankly. But yeah, I think this all makes sense. It's 2 pointer that. And then what you'd get rid of? Whoa, it's a 3 pointer there. But what else do you bring? More helos, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's all good. Yeah, exceptional optics. I mean, I don't really see the point in this, frankly, but a lot of people do bring it. This is the better recon helo because it's exceptional, can survive a man-pad hit 3 per card, and this is very good, can't survive a man-pad hit 4 per card, and so you get a lot of value out of this. It's one of the best, if not the best, recon helo card in the game in terms of cost effectiveness and so on. The non-motorized Razvedka we spoke about. If this came in the grenade launcher vehicle, I'd say bring this instead, but it doesn't, as you can see, so I mean, it can be worth like bringing it like that, and then you can come back here and swap this out for whatever was here before. So like, okay, so for example, you could have this in the desk, but, well, no, it is nice to have a cheap recon that you can put somewhere that doesn't cost you $1 gazillion. So given that these guys now come in the helo, right, maybe you could swap this out for this, and then you get plenty of recon that you can get for quite cheap. You don't have to do that, but it's an idea. You don't have to do anything, right? Yeah, these get 8 rounds now. They're really good. Can be worth bringing this for the opener to go with your SPG-9s down every road, right? And then you can like down vet this, get rid of that, and then bring these, and let's say you don't need that many because you've only got 5 of these. Bring 4 of those at 2 vet, and yeah, I think that should be sufficient. Yeah, I mean it's good. It's good stuff. I mean this thing, it's not good as an AA helo. It's mainly just because you get the auto cannon and everything. But it's only 1 per card, right? And yeah, these are nice with the big boy rockets. These are your kind of late game tool, and the idea is, you buy one of these, and then the plane comes and kills it, you kill the plane, and eventually once you kill enough enemy planes, then you can bring this out. Otherwise, they will just chuck a jet at this. Well, they will anyway, so you just got to make sure they've got no jets left. And then, yeah, air we spoke about. Switching to his opponent, we've got you. Haha, funny joke. Playing 8th US. Most of it looks fine, but I mean, you get that fob out. The 1v1, you don't want the fob. There you go, you can have the supplied helo if you want, or you can get 2 cards of this, never goes amiss, really. I personally only, like, what is too many howitzers, mate? Get a smoke mortar, which you're not going to use. Uh, that can work, yeah. Just thinking about slot costs and because this is really nice because you just buy both of them at the start and it's the same price, right? So 2, 4, 6, and just buy 2 of these at the start. It's much better than buying 2 of these because then you basically lose a unit on the front line at the start. Because look, this is 80 points. You got to buy 2 of these. It's one of these is 80, right? 2 of these is 80. So these should be vetted at least once. Always have them vetted at least once if fighting infantry. You need either a flash or a engineers. I'm flash pilled these days. As long as you just micro them well, they can work very well. So we'll get rid of a card of. Well, I mean, the engineers dragon. I've seen them work just because they get so many guys. But yeah, it's a Dragon 1, right? So, yeah, I mean, well, for starters, get the MMG teams really nice at holding ground. And then get rid of the Engineers Dragon, replace them with a Flash. In 8th, I like to run them all in the M113s. Because you've got the Rangers guys if you want them. And one of the Rangers should be in a Black Hawk. Pick which one you want to be in a Black Hawk. Probably this one, because this is the one you want to buy more. And then you use the Black Hawks to shoot at people, and, you know, you've got some heli deployment there. Oh, I suppose you've got a Black Hawk here. But, like, I mean, you're paying 5 points more for the same squad. So it's better to bring the Rangers in the Black Hawk, and it also gets less availability. Like, these are just really low availability, so let's get the Mech Rifles Law for the ground, and then you've got the Black Hawk with the Rangers. RT, yeah, these are good. Tanks, yeah, you can run it like that if you want. More M1s, less M1A1s. The CEV is kind of core on this div. I mean, if we're choosing between the MMG teams and the CEV, I pick the CEV, which of course is quite surprising, right? Because I like my MMG teams. But now you need the CEV to kill the infantry, man. You need it. Don't bet this. You're gonna run out of recon. That's another important point. You're gonna run out of recon. Helis, that's a 2-pointer. Yeah, so get rid of one of those. And then you can bring a bunch of scouts. And you can bring it in the ACAV if you want, but the idea is you need some infantry recon because you're going to run out. And then air. I wouldn't bother with the seed, it's crap. And this thing's not very good either, so because of the 6-minute reload time. So you can bring an A10, so you can do the funny opener with the scout, the A10, and so on. And I just wouldn't use this as an air spam div, and then that brings us back to the tanks, and then you can get the CEV. So that's the deck reviews. Now we'll go back to the game. Right, so with that out of the way, you have a very weak deployment. Black Forest, on the red side, they get into here at the start, whereas blue does not get into Anna at the start. The disadvantage of being on the red side is that Fedor is a lot easier to lose than center. So Black Forest is probably one of the most balanced maps in the game. I personally prefer being on... Well, it depends what div you're playing. If you're playing a div like... well, whatever. I prefer being on the blue side, frankly, because pushing people out of Boris, it is possible. And then basically you just line up on Fedor here, and you smoke this, you just walk in. So I think it's a more straightforward path to victory, whereas Red has to rush Boris and then cling on for dear life, which, it is possible, it can work. Um, Anyway, looking at the divisions, we've got 8th US versus 35Y, which is a very classic matchup because they're both base game divisions. They were added, like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So, looking at the deployments, we've got a fob from you. You should not open with a fob. That's not a good idea. Oh, the possibilities of humour over the course of this cast. You're going to be very sick of that by the end of it. But yeah, you don't want to open. You don't want a fob in 1v1. There's very, very, very few cases where you want a fob in 1v1. Anyway, so we got an LRS going to here, LRS going to here. See now, if there is actually a 100 km/h thing coming down here, that LRS won't make it. So he needs to unload there, or use a helo to assist him or something. Bradley going to there, that's very optimistic. You want to hang out about here, I think. M1 Abrams opener going to here. That should probably be there, and it should be a CEV, not an Abrams, or an M60 or something. Then we got a Ranger's Dragon, an expensive 80-point CV, and an iHawk, which has the cell on, so he's going to lose his transport there. Then we got some aircraft troopers coming in over here. We've got the LRS there. It should be going for this because it can see further than Atheists. And the Bradley, which should be going there, so you can see down here. Yeah, you can put it there, but you can't see as good. Admittedly, you can draw into cover faster, so there is some advantage to that position. And another Ranger's Dragon. Switching to his opponent, got a much more convincing deployment here. So, SPG-9 openers, one down every road. It's very intelligent and big part of playing the division. So yeah, this is good to see. He's brought them at 2 vet, so this is all of them. So yeah, one's going all the way around, one's going up through center, one's going down mid, and then we got 2 on the right, one splitting off and one going. What you can do is get some AA with that, so that they don't die. Because, yeah, helos would be the standard response to this, so that we spoke about this in the deck review, right? That Gaz AA truck can be very useful to assist some of your SPG-9s, not all of them. The one that's, if you've got 2 going down somewhere, you would send one of the Gaz trucks with them, and, and then, yeah, you probably want one in mid and one for one of these. So, yeah, the SPG-9s, then on the left here, we've got an Igla, another Igla Desatniki Metin. So if there was, if this guy was getting to there, he would beat you there and kill you. Keep in mind that this goes at 90, not 100. Spetsnaz Gru, same story, and BMD-1. Recon Helo for Boris, which makes sense, and then Igla. You'd want that here, really, or here or something. Igla for there. Yeah, it can be good to have one around there, I suppose. Metis, Spetsnaz, Gru going to the... yeah, so that, look, you can see further than Atheists if you're in the church, which is where the original thing came from, because these were in the game before these were. But you're too far away. You want to be... you want him there, really. And then a 30mm... and an SPG-9, of course. And the SPG-9 goes at 100, as do the Iglas, whereas these other things don't. This one certainly doesn't, so you'd want this at the front. It's going to overtake it anyway, but... Spetsnaz group for here can make sense. I like to put it there, because this one, and then put something cheaper here, because this almost always gets exploded. But he doesn't have any cheaper recon. His cheaper recon comes in helos, and that makes it more expensive, so... it is what it is. SPG-9, SPG-9, and a UAZ Conquer is going to here. And a BMD for a lane of Fedor. So let's cast the game. Right, so it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels worth 2,000 views. Also at the tier 4 channel memberships, they get their games cast at a rate of 1 per calendar month. So if you want to get roasted in front of 1 to 2,000 people, depending on how well the video does, then that can be something you might be interested in. Otherwise, please just like the video. It's free, and my Steam game is coming out soon. Well, the store page is coming out soon. At which point, I will use this time to shill the Steam store page. Channel members get a key for the game, Steam key, which I've already been sending out. But yeah, the store page is under review. I submitted it on Saturday. I'm recording this on Tuesday, and they still haven't. I don't know. It said 3 to 5 days. Admittedly, they don't work weekends, right? So it's probably 3 to 5 business days. So this thing has spotted the LRS, and interestingly enough, the LRS is actually going to get there. So that's surprising. I thought the SPG-9 would intercept it. I suppose it has, kind of, but no, if he'd kept going, he would have got in there. So that's interesting. Maybe it's because it got stuck behind one of the other ones for too long or something. Or maybe that's just how it works. So yeah, these need to unload ASAP, right? And this needs to leave, right? I don't think he's looking at it, basically. So there it goes. And he's... yeah, I mean, I understand this man is stunned, but... it's very fortunate that he didn't just lose that unit there in the transport, so... With these forward deployed things, you've really got to pay attention. And yeah, I didn't expect this to work out. I mean, he lost them in the transport, so... if you're going to do the airborne forward deployment, you really got to be paying attention. So, his opponent ain't paying attention either, apparently. And yeah, this guy needs to go behind the building. He's turned off the auto cover. So, yeah, you can just take him out and immediately press stop. And then, yeah, I think that's what he's done, actually. You got to be careful here, though. This BMD's going to die. Lots of lack of attention being paid here from everybody involved. They've given their orders, but they're not really updating their orders, right? So, the two Vetiglas both hitting there, but you need 3 hits to kill it. And, like, this guy, he's going to die. I mean, the only reason it's not happened yet is because this is engaging something else. And, okay, that misses... As does that. I mean, that does not. So, yeah, that's not particularly surprising, really. The B... I mean, come on now, it's been 3 minutes. The stuff right at the start you can sort, because it's all happening at once, so it does happen, right? But, I mean, come on. That's really, really unfortunate, frankly. The early LGBT purchase can make sense because this used all its bullets, but generally you want to be buying ground stuff at the start. Not too many planes. He needs to evac this so that the jet doesn't kill it. He's just flying into the jet. The jet's missing everything because of the Warno gold subscription. And he's going to get out. So this should really be dead, but there it is. This guy just missed all 4 missiles. But his opponent is making similar mistakes. Mistakes of a similar magnitude. He's just driving into him, losing all his guys, so... interestingly enough, the 30 mils, the grenade launchers do beat things like this, especially if it's in a building. As you can see, it almost won, right? This has been upvetted, which is very rare, so if it hadn't been upvetted, it would have lost that fight. So, wow, you should always upvet. So, yeah, I mean, Red is in the better position, but he just fed both his CVs. Like, he literally just drove them into the enemy, and they died. I was going to say watched them die, but I find it hard to believe he was looking. Otherwise, this one in particular was, like, absolutely shameless. It just... Everybody was already dead. Yeah, it's very sad. So, yeah, I mean, Blue's deployment was very weak because he opened Abrams instead of M60s. And he opened FOB, which, that's 2 units that you're not getting. I mean, if it's an IFV infantry, which of course this div doesn't get, but if that was BMP-1s, BMP-1 PGs, you'd have 2 BMP-1 PGs and 2 extra motor Strelky for that. At which point you would very much own Fedor, right? I mean, I admit that there are still guys there. In the meantime, Red's got the whole zone, but he didn't put a CV in, right? And now he's buying one for over here, even though he doesn't own that zone. And yeah, this is why you bring the AA with the SPG, because this is what's going to happen. It's going to spot you, and you're going to die. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what to say really. We've just got to wait for all this. The early game attrition has been so high that nobody's got any units, so we have to wait for everybody to show up. So the SPG-9 dies, unsurprisingly. And yeah, you know, if you're red, you want a unit there. And this is where those Razvedka and the KPVT can come in, because you can put the Razvedka there and the KPVT there. And the Razvedka, whoops. And the Razvedka there, and the KPVT, you know, wherever you want. You can just send it all the way down here so it can see from there. It's a nice idea. In the meantime, waiting for the troops to arrive. Yeah, I mean, so we got a F-16 up. This will be the one from before, because it didn't die, right? It just didn't kill anything. So we do have some supply coming, but those gases don't hold a lot, so I think it'll just run out. So he needs to buy a bit more. MiG-29 coming out now. And the battle between these two, I mean, this should really win. This is the AA-2, so the side missiles aren't as good. But its longer range missiles have more accuracy. 5% more accuracy. Just comes down to the RNG, basically. That's the biggest factor in that fight. Not the loadouts there. The loadouts are quite similar. So, I mean, depending on how good the observational skills are here, the LRS should die soon, looking at this. And yeah, Blue's trying to reconstitute himself, right? F-16's going for the helo. So it was on the ground, but you can still shoot it. And they just both missed each other, which does happen a lot. And this only has 2 long-range missiles, and there's the IHawk. So that's a big win for Blue. And now it's an even bigger win for Blue. So, what are we doing here? Right, the infantry should be going first, really, but now at least he knows it's there. Obviously, you should have known it's there from before, or, you know, in this area somewhere. Generally, the recon helo would have been the best thing to send, but it just died, if you recall. This never got healed up, so it's dead now. And yeah, I mean, so what's going on, right? Unload this, send the Desantniki forwards. BMD-2 comes around the side and shoots. This unloads and goes in the zone. Conker's probably going to die here. Yeah, this guy should be moving up as well. The Afghansti in 56Y is really good. The Afghansti in 35Y is a bit pointless. Like, it works. It's a nice infantry squad, 7 men, with SVD and 2 machine guns, and Resolute, and Mountaineer, which makes it goes fast through forests. Obviously, it should make it go faster on mountains, but mountain, as far as I'm aware, isn't actually a terrain. It's just the forests. And maybe ruins. They might go faster through ruins if they bothered to put that in, but... So, yeah, I mean, the general idea behind the SPG, like something like this, is that you wait for these to shoot and then you use it to go kill them. So, the infantry's slowly moving up here now, which is good. Yeah. And he's got some stuff for here. He does need to put a little bit more here. And then, like, taking this is important as well. Just waiting for the CV to come in. Mech rifles, they're not really in a good spot. Because if they get caught out, they can't retreat anywhere. They're just kind of stuck and dead. So the idea is... So you can put some recon here. And that's very, very effective because it can actually see... It can see things that you wouldn't expect it to be able to see. Where is it specifically that he had it? I think it's like here or something. And yeah, it can see the whole back of the zone. Obviously that relies upon like red putting it there and assaulting this zone. So MiG-29, I mean this is not a good idea. He knows the IHawk's there because it just shot him. And now he's lost his second MiG-29 to that AA. So, like, I mean, he had AA. Here, all he had to do was just move this up. Obviously this, well no, he's not in range. This would start shooting you, but you go in the forest and you come out here and you kill it and then you go back in. So don't feel compelled to send your 220-point fighter to go kill the enemy's 45-point scout. So the tow cobra's shown up, and hopefully the Strela 1 is sent to deal with it this time. I mean, he's still got jets, so he could just do the same thing again and lose that jet as well. Hopefully he's learnt his lesson now. The beatings will continue until morale improves, of course. But this guy, I don't know, I suppose the LRS could see him. He did move it up though, which was cool. It's just now it's dying, so you want to move it, this way and go hide. Oh, I see what's happened here. So if you give it an order, this still isn't being used. I mean, eventually this is just going to fly into it. If you give this an order to fire a salvo, in this case it is 4, and then you interrupt it, and then you give it another right-click order within 62 seconds, it will fire the remaining shots from the last salvo, in this case 2, and then it will sit there and reload, and then it will fire a whole new salvo on that position, unless you interrupt it, which he's just done. So yeah, regular Desatniki also get SVDs, so I see the Afghansti in 35Y as superfluous. It's better to just bring whatever else you want, another card of ATGMs or something. And there's 10 Guerrillian Conkers going in on the M60. Lots of infantry in the open here. Basically, if you're blue in this situation, I think taking this back is more important than taking this. So, if all these guys were, in that tank, for example, were here, they'd probably get in, because for starters, they'd be getting shot from one angle. Closer ranges, the BMD will die to the tank. There's not actually that much here. So if you try to take this zone, yeah, there's stuff everywhere. So the Strela's getting hit, and then he didn't change the direction or anything, so it just died. If he'd seen that and just immediately noped it into here, would have been cut by the LOS on this forest. So the Mi-8T went down. Yeah, so basically the point is that 35Y struggles against... its AA is not great. It's kind of bad. So... yeah, you want to keep your fighters alive and get air superiority that way. And it can be worth bringing 6 fighters and fewer bombers just so you can bring 6 fighters. Because if you lose the air superiority, then you're just going to get plain bullied for the rest of the game. Depending on the enemy division, of course. So, replacement AA has arrived, which is good. I'm not sure what the plan is for this. And, yeah, I mean, you've just... the SVDs... DMRs are better than machine guns in this game, mainly because the suppression is a lot better. As you can see, he's red cohesion and these guys are fine. Admittedly, the veterancy helps a lot. Being max vet helps a great deal. And yeah, there's no recon here, so this isn't corrected shot, which is why the circle's so big. But yeah, basically, oh, it's good he's going for this now, which is good. Because then you put an ATGM in here, right, and then you shoot this way as well, and you put a bit of AA in here. You can even just send something down here to there, and then just shoot them as they come in. But yeah, this guy hasn't been deployed, right? So the Igla, the Strela, they're not really in position to deal with this. And it looks like they won't be. Having said that, the tow cobra can't fire its rockets, and the Spetsnaz have a lot of guns on target here, so this is just probably going to die now. If he'd sent it this way, it probably would have been okay, but... oh, no, he's going to make it. Okay. Always depends on the accuracy and, the RNG, basically, because if he had just hit all those salvos at the end there, it probably would have died. But the reason it probably lost so much HP at the start is because he hit all the salvos at the start, so... So we got some smoke here, but for what purpose? You own the zone. You've got the ATGMs. Why do you want to smoke there? So something specific. If you want to move up to here, say, you could smoke this, and you could smoke here and here, and then just run in. But just smoking there doesn't really make much sense. Unless, you're trying to maneuver behind that. So, yeah, I mean, Bluey's now realised, okay, I should probably attack over here. Incidentally, Red's been caught with his pants down on the AA, but he has these wheeled Strellas, which are really good at wheeling around and getting into position to kill the helos. Sadly, that does not seem to be happening. So yeah, this is now going to waste all its rockets on that, apparently. No, he right-clicked the grenade launcher, which is smart, man. The auto kind of will kill it, though, if he doesn't, doesn't run away. So, yeah, we've got the Abrams engaging now, but, like, he doesn't have the CEVs, and, you know, it's really hard to take positions back from VDV, because the point is that, yeah, they've just got a billion ATGMs and grenade launchers everywhere that just kill your infantry really fast. These things are pretty good at that as well, as you can see. They make a nice sound. And so that's where the RT comes in, and you put a CV next to the RT, like this one, for example, and you just... because you've got LRS, right, which get exceptional optics. Admittedly, I think they're all dead now. And so you just kind of poke that forwards, and you're like, okay, I see somebody, you go back, and then you RT it. And then you come back, I see somebody, you go back, you RT it. The other thing you could use is smoke, right, to cut down the distances, right? The main thing is not being shot in the side, which is now not really possible because Red's taken this as well. So I'm not sure what Blue's game plan is here. I mean, he's got... you can tell he's sort of got the right idea, but the execution is very poor. Very, very poor execution. So, okay, well, as you can see, he spotted that, right? And yeah, you know, these aren't irredeemably bad, especially if you get them at close range with a corrected shot. Because they come at 2 there, right? You only get 2 of them, but... so there you go, the AA is finally in the right place at the right time. Yeah, so Red continues to hold the ground. I mean, I like that he's actually continuing to, you know, attack in places, like he's moved up here, he's moved up here. That's sort of the point. If you just do a fully static defense, you just let your enemy RT you to death, right? Admittedly, he's got a fob and 4 RT, because he brought 2 M10s and a card of M109, so 2 M109s. So we got the Seed, the LGBT, and another fighter coming in here. So I suppose the Seed goes first, shoots the Eyehawk, the LGBT kills the Chaparral, and then jobs are good un. Let's see what happens in practice. And yeah, I mean, Red, he needs to be moving around a little bit as the RT comes in, you know. Don't just sit there and get RT'd all day. And admittedly, you should be reinforcing this, right? Where are all the guys? I suppose they're here. So yeah, he's smoking here now to move up. Admittedly, you know, it's not actually where the guys are, but he doesn't know that, does he? And you are now retreating with your Abrams. What? It's showing its rear to him. So Seed comes out, gets the Eyehawk, but the Eyehawk gets the Seed. Seed gets 2 shot, and then the LGBT should be T-clicked on where that Chaparral bullet came from. And the fighter should be right behind it, because that's why you bought the fighter, so that the enemy fighter doesn't kill you. Sadly, that went absolutely fucking terribly, and he lost the Seed, he lost the LGBT, and I don't think he really got anything for it. He might have killed the Abrams, but I think that might have been this. So, okay, where's the fighter? He's just forgotten it's there, and he's just sending more and more planes into the enemy AA. But, you know, admittedly, there's a lot of ground-based AA here. And there you go, the fighter finally shows up. So he can get his medal. All his friends are dead, but there's no one left to tell the tale of how incompetent he was, so it's all good. And yeah, Blue, you know, he's getting back in. Slowly but surely. Honestly, it's 8th US, you need the CEV. CEV. It's a very, very, very useful piece of kit for dealing with, like, so something like this. What's HP? 4. So he wouldn't die in 1 hit. but it would be very, very messed up by a CEV hit. It would have zero cohesion. So SPG's going for the RT? No, never mind. You know, you can just keep sending, like, you could just send another one. Obviously, he's ran out of this specific unit, but you could send another unit. A BRDM2 Conkers around the side. There's nothing there. It's hard to remember to do that. Because, like, generally, you know, you send stuff at the sides and then you, at the start, and then you just don't send it for the rest of the... Like, I do that all the time. So it is something I also need to work on. Anyway, I mean, there's just a lot of feeding going on here now from blue. I would just give up at this point. I mean, to be honest, he has got back in. It's just... I mean, and this needs to pop its smoke so it doesn't die, right? You get smoke on this. That's why you brought that CV for the smoke. So you got to use it. Right? Maybe not. And the SPG did not kill the M1A1, but it just got a side shot on an M60 there. So yeah, neither party really paying a whole lot of attention, but I think Red's got the advantage here, right? I think Red is paying slightly more attention than Blue. Having said that, Blue did just take this zone back because he didn't use his smoke. Another thing he could do is buy one of his many, many helicopters and use that to help out, right? So, Spetsnaz showing up. Please tell me he updates this unload order and doesn't just drive in and die. iHawk went down to SPG-9. I mean, what is going on here? Is Blue just... Is he just playing without sound or something? Because it keeps coming up. Every time you lose something, it comes up. Wait, right? Oh my god, he's just driving in. Okay, he realised. Disaster has been averted. These are not cheap units. It's cost 90 and the transport's 20, so really don't want to be losing those. This can smoke. I can't anymore, but at the time it could. And look at this highway of death here. It's so effective, right? I mean, a lot of it is to do with the fact that Megamind over here is just not paying attention to the fact that he's lost how many units on this road. A lot of them, the ones that are going this way, have something in them as well, so that's 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including 2 tanks. To a 45-point SVG unit. But that's what's it's not giving it an order, okay. That's what it's all about when you're playing Airborne. You get in at the start, and then you gotta keep sending crap everywhere the whole game, and just constantly try and mess people up. So he could have split, he could have like sent one this way, and they would have only lost one. But he did only lose one anyway, so... Yeah, Blue is just... This has run out of bullets now. Which is quite rare. Usually they die before that happens. Some big boy feeding going on here. But yeah, you know, this you could just load up into that, for example, and just bring it over. You know it's all clear here because you've got people there, so just load it up into this, run it in, unload it. And then you'd be back on the tick, right? Gotta get the tick. These things reload once every 6 minutes. They're very, very bad for that reason. As you can see, they didn't kill anything. They really messed him up. But they reload once every 6 minutes. Basically the way reload times work in this game is one weapon class will have 1 reload time, and it doesn't matter how small or big it is. That's what she said, he. But the point is, I like this, right? You send in the BMD2 around the side here to cut the reinforcements. Right, honestly, you should have a Conkers in here. I assumed that was why he took the position. You can also just move this up to here and it does the same thing, admittedly with worse stealth. So, yeah, the supply cost is the same regardless of if it's a big bomb or a small bomb. It's just the number of bombs. So there's a whole classes of bombers in this game. The F11F being one of the prominent examples, where it just gets lots of really small bombs. And it's just crap, because the big bombs are better, like a 500 kg bomb is twice as good as a well, it's twice as good as a 250. It's more than twice as good as a 250 kg bomb. It's more than twice as good, and it reloads in half the time as two 250s, and it's better than two 250s. So it can be quite frustrating. So I like the smoke, right, to try and force the tank. Well, so that you can get to the tank, right? Admittedly, that's the issue with smoking with the Nonas. The smoke circle is kind of small because of the corrected shot and so on. But it looks like you are driving into the Desatniki with your tank. And the Desatniki should be going this way so they don't die, but they're dead now, so goodbye, Desatniki. And, okay, so he sent the CV. Admittedly, it would go faster if you put it in a transport, but it is going to get there. Which is what we like to see. And it seems Blue's completely out of ideas at this point. The RT hasn't really accomplished anything. He's not really used it very well. He didn't put a CV next to it to buff it up. He didn't bring it closer. The whole point is the closer you bring it, the tighter the dispersion circle, so the more damage you do. He wasn't using it all the time. He's shooting at nothing. And he surrenders. You surrender. Haha, yes, haha. So, yeah, that was an interesting game. We got rank 338 here with an almost 50% win rate, so he's getting there. Right, 425 games. And then you are rank 1937 with more ranked games but fewer total games because the season resets, right? So yeah, fairly evenly matched on the skill level. So, if you're one of these players and you're like, oh, I don't want to play ranked because there's no newer players, there's no weaker players, right? Well, there's an example of some newer players, right? And I hope you have a good day. Haha, what hilarious.